Number one sign of emotional manipulation from a therapist with over 3,000 hours of experience. What you say is twisted, discounted, and dismissed. You'll say X and somebody will say that you said Y, and they'll say that you said X, but what you really meant was Z. And the great thing about this particular type of emotional manipulation is that you can be very objective about it. You can be really careful with what you say, and you can actually, note down what you've said so that you can refer back to it when somebody does try to potentially kind of, emotionally manipulate us through gaslighting, through maybe just outright lying, through guilt tripping, etc. And part of the difficulty with using your emotions as a gauge of whether you're being emotionally manipulated is that, of course, emotions aren't always rational, they're not always logical, and they're not always right and correct either. And so, you might be talking to a friend and they might bring up their birthday that was a couple of weeks ago, and you might feel guilty. And, we then might go, oh, well, I feel guilty, so I'm being emotionally manipulated. And, who knows, maybe you're just catching up with a friend, maybe it genuinely just came up in conversation. However, if you've actually, said something very specific about the birthday, I'm not going to be able to go to your birthday party because I've got this plan. It's been in the diary for absolutely ages. I really am sorry, but I can't do anything about it at this stage. And then, your friend was to turn around and say, oh, it's really upsetting that you didn't come to my birthday party. And actually, I thought you'd said you were going to come, and I thought you were going to find a way to be able to attend, and I was really let down when you didn't. There you're going to feel guilty, but you've also got that objective record of, well, this is what I said, and so it's really important to be, verbally concise and clear around somebody who has the potential to be emotionally manipulative. And if somebody's good at emotional manipulation, what they'll do is they'll really blur the lines with how you feel, and they'll be able to move that around to suit them. And if you don't have any kind of, evidence for your own record, so to speak, it's going to be really hard to build up the confidence to actually kind of challenge somebody in a healthy way, because you won't be sure in yourself. And a good emotional manipulator will always ensure that you are not sure in yourself. They will always create doubt. They will create doubt in you. They will create doubt as to your competence in dealing with things. They'll create doubt as to what happened. And part of it's trying to cut through that. So, yeah. Number one thing I'd be looking at if emotional manipulation is in the equation is, what you say, tracking that accurately, referring back to it, and using that to build the confidence to challenge these things because they're not fair and they're not right, and we can't let them happen.